The Gainbridge Super League is deep in the heart of Texas. Dallas Trinity needs a win to stay on the right side of the playoff picture. Carolina Ascent with a victory. It's on to the postseason. Dallas, Texas, meet Jasmine Hamid. Recent acquisition from Fort Lauderdale United, going to make her first start in a Dallas Trinity shirt, the talented goal scorer. Then Audrey Coleman for Carolina Ascent, the trusty winger, the veteran. 2 goals, 5 assists on the season. 2 teams tangled today, both with playoffs in their mind. It's Sunday Fun Day, Gainbridge Super League from Dallas. Week 27 rolls on in the Gainbridge Super League, presented by UT Southwestern. Historic Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas, Texas, with Christine Huber. I'm Ken LaVicka. Dallas Trinity FC trying to shake off a loss at Brooklyn, playing host to Carolina Ascent. Playoffs, the name of the game. And let's take a look at the table in the Gainbridge Super League. Sporting Club Jacks, they're in. Lexington Sporting Club, they're in. Then you see the 2 teams in action today that are 3-4 on the right side of that playoff line. Christine Huber, it's pretty simple for Carolina today.
I tell you, Carolina is hot right now. They are trending like a playoff team. They are dangerous in transition. The run of play and the free kicks, they have just been finishing it all, undefeated in their last 7.
Carolina has really found a prolific time to peak here late in the season. And so Carolina Ascent coming in with momentum. And a big reason for that, Mia Corbin, midfield, set.
Mia Corbin, she's actually a striker with midfielder tendencies. She plays deeper. She loves to connect the attack with the midfielders. She's the one who not only starts their counterattacks, but she's the first defender in this Carolina press.
A trio of goals, a trio of assists. As for Dallas Trinity, their form has been ragged as of late.
They need a win today. They beat Spokane 3-1, which was a good win, but then they lose to Brooklyn 0-3, a bad win. That inconsistency has cost them so many points this season.
If they're going to try and get 3 points, Heather Stainbrook going to be key.
She joined Dallas in January. She's proved to be an impact player. She's the engine of this Dallas midfield. She covers box to box. She makes such key plays in transition, whether it's winning the ball or supporting the attack. She just seems to do it all.
For the 3rd time this season, it's Dallas Trinity taking on Carolina Ascent, and there is a lot on the line. Gainbridge Super League action on the way. It is the Gainbridge Super League on Peacock.
Nice shot. Let's play.
Dallas Trinity FC is built for this city.
Catch every match free over the air on KFAA 29 and streamed live on WFAA+.
All the energy in action. Come see us at the Cotton Bowl or watch us play on KFAA 29 and WFAA+.
Join us every match,
every moment.
We'll see you on the pitch.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gainbridge, graded assists for your savings.
Today's match is presented by UT Southwestern, the proud official healthcare partner of Dallas Trinity FC. Getting closer to kickoff here from Cotton Bowl Stadium. Dallas Trinity FC starting 11. What do you see here?
Hamid coming in, such a massive pickup for Dallas up front. Third appearance, first start. If you see in the midfield there, McCutcheon moves from defense to midfield. No Bellata due to injury, and that puts Flynn in the back starting.
Hamid had 4 goals with Fort Lauderdale United before heading to Dallas Trinity. And now let's look at the team that sits third in the table. Carolina Ascent, Philip Poole starting 11.
Philip Poole, 4-4-2, usually what he is in. Defensively, they have no Jill Aguilera due to international duty. No Studer tore her ACL, which means Martinez is going to be in at that left back.
Your starting lineups brought to you by UT Southwestern. Mia Corbin, there you get a look at her as her Carolina Ascent are in a prime position. Win and you are in. And Mia Corbin, she's been in really good form. 3 goals, 3 assists this season. She can score. She's just a steady influence on the pitch.
And she really is. And we put her and we list her as a striker, but she does so much more than your typical striker. She's not just hanging up front. She's not just trying to pick out goals. She's really a high midfielder that connects the midfielders with the attackers.
As you said, she has forward tendencies, like you mentioned in the pregame. I like that. I'm into that. Then there is the newcomer, Jasmine Hamid. Early April is when she made her way to this Dallas Trinity side. She provides a goal-scoring punch. Hasn't played more than 36 minutes in a match. That likely changes today.
Yeah, and it's a different formation, a different style of play now, going from Fort Lauderdale to Dallas. Let's see if she can really spark this offense. And we're going to see her up top, and she's going to be looking to combo with Boss up there.
There is the whistle from our referee. Sunday Gainbridge Super League action is underway. We are at the historic Cotton Bowl with Christine Huber. I am Ken Levicka. For Carolina, cut and dry. Carolina Ascent wins, get 3 points. They are into the postseason. Then they can begin a quest to chase Sporting Jacks, and right behind them, Lexington for home pitch advantage. For Dallas Trinity, they sit only 3 up of DC Power. Dallas is on the right side of the playoff line. DC Power is lurking right behind them, and Dallas Trinity trying to push forward. It's broken up momentarily, now right back at it. Here is Hamid. Hamid on the far side, driving into the box. Hamid tried to lay it off at the top of the area. That was off the mark, and we have a very fast pace here early on. Dallas, 9 victories, 9 defeats, 5 draws. Like we said, 4th in the table. Carolina, meanwhile, those 11 triumphs, 7 defeats, 6 draws. Carolina this year has had 21 matches, as that is a poor misplay, and a set piece is gifted to Dallas Trinity. Carolina has played 21 matches decided either by 1 goal or fewer. All corner kicks presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. So Dallas will see Lexi Massimo in swing to this. It floats to the right side of the area. It's still bouncing around, and finally able to dive on it was Sydney Martinez, but that looked less than confident from a defensive standpoint there for Carolina Ascent. So again, they have played nothing but tight matches all season long. Those 21 decided by a goal or fewer. That is a mindset. That is, hey, we're not necessarily going to pull away from you, but we can fist fight you to the very end.
And if you talk to Philip Poole, a lot of times the reason why it's a close game or it becomes a tie instead of a win, he'll even say it, bonehead mistakes. That's what has cost Carolina a lot this season. Just mental mistakes like that, right? A simple cleared ball all of a sudden leads to a Dallas corner kick.
Well, those bonehead mistakes have dissipated a bit here in the last 7 unbeaten, 6 wins in that stretch of the 7 unbeaten. And now here is Tyler Lucy, the veteran, and this will be played back to the top of Carolina's own area. They do like to play from the back. They have very good penchant for possession, but strong midfield play for Dallas Trinity early on.
The faster the game is, I think it tilts towards Carolina. Dallas, more possession base. They want to knock the ball about. So we're going to see a lot of pace, especially in the midfield and especially on counterattacks.
Well, Nathan Thackeray, he was appointed as the Dallas Trinity head coach on January the 20th, came in trying to reinvigorate a lineup that had started to go a little bit stagnant. But one thing he pointed out to the executives, to the front office, I want to alter the style of play. We're going to change it, and there could be some rough moments, part of a little bit more possession-based and trying to play side-to-side spread defenses instead of being so direct. And those tough times appear to have come. Only 5 points in the table, their last 6 matches, but plenty of time still, 5 to go to get it right by playoff time if they can get in.
And the key is that they're above the playoff line right now. I think that's clutch. If the roles were reversed between them and DC, I don't know, it'd be a lot tougher to come from behind. But right now they just have to maintain.
You saw the flag go up as Tyler Lucy got behind the defense, and there you get a look at Philip Poole, last year's Gainbridge Super League Coach of the Year. Led this side to the Players' Shield in the inaugural season. 24 wins so far through 2 seasons at the helm of Carolina. Did a wonderful job of retaining an awful lot of that roster from last year, and it's paying dividends. Another playoff appearance on the way for this side.
And that brings consistency, right? If you have the same players from the year before, especially with the same coach, the same type of lineup, same style of play, it makes it easier, and it's what they've been, consistent.
There's a throw in the attacking third for Dallas Trinity. This will be sent just outside the box and then played back. Dallas trying to set up shape in the attack. This is hooked just outside the upper right of the box. And now onto the feet of Obagagu. A bit of a heavy touch and having to retreat and retrieve for Dallas Trinity. And back into play it comes. Surging forward, good ball on to Hamid. Surveys her options. Hamid driving into the box. Hamid, low cross. It's loose in the area. Dallas trying to reset, and then a giveaway. It is placed right on the feet of Shea Groom. Fortunate there for Carolina. And Dallas, here they come in waves. Hamid floats it to the back post. That is up and over everybody. Ubagagu was the intended target. That is going to roll out of play. It's going to be a deep defensive corner throw-in for Carolina. You'll see Hamid here.
And we see exactly what Hamid brings, right? She loves to take players on one-on-one. With her speed, with her pace, she is going to attack their front foot just like that.
It looked like Maya McCutcheon might have put it off her own teammate. Looks like it might have hit Bethany Boss, who is standing in front of goal battling with defenders. Today's injury report brought to you by UT Southwestern, the official healthcare partner of Dallas Trinity, and both sides have some significant losses here today.
Yeah, unfortunate about Studer. Just tore her ACL the other week against Fort Lauderdale.
So Carolina without Sydney Studer for the remainder of the season. Philip Poole lamenting that this week when we talked to him. Ubagagu was able to gain the turnover, and this turns into another cross into the area. Struck down again by Carolina Ascent, and now we have a stoppage. So we'll see what happened here. There you see the slide, and Lily Nabet took the worst of that.
Yeah, she hits the ground first and looking like a knee to the ribs. She's already all bandaged up.
Yep, she's got that.
One of those hard-nosed players.
Yeah.
Just gets stuck in on tackles.
That left hamstring is all padded up right now. Once again, Carolina trying to play out of the back. They don't love the prospect of sending it high and long. They do want to precision their way out of it, but Dallas has looked very keen to latch onto that. Ubagagu whips it in with the left foot. That was well up and over the goal. And we're going to have a goal kick for Sydney Martinez in her first year for Carolina Ascent. Previously was with Brooklyn. Went to college at USF. She played for Denise Schulte Brown, who is the championship head coach at Tampa Bay Sun. They're at South Florida. It's the 9th appearance of the year for Sydney Martinez, and she has faced some action here early, and perhaps more on the way.
Dallas just adding Hamid up top just brings more pace to that front line. If Ubugagu and you have Boss up there, if the three of them are interchangeable, those are three players that can really run at you. All three players are proven goal scorers.
Well, as we've mentioned, the last 6 points have been troublesome, or the last 6 matches, I should say, have been troublesome for Dallas. They have only scored once, or the first time, one time in that span, and that was the 3-1 victory over Spokane. Every other match, it's been a draw or a loss, and they have fallen behind early. But they are desperately searching for this first goal here. And Dallas Trinity, extremely energetic, and making an awful lot of runs up that left side. And here they go again. The race is on, and the ball is across the end line.
With the players that they have, this open space, this big field at the Cotton Bowl is just going to help them. It's going to help their team structure. It's going to help their style of play.
This Cotton Bowl, if walls could talk, it has seen an awful lot of history. Women's soccer, men's soccer, international soccer, and of course, college football. This is the site of the Red River rivalry, Oklahoma and Texas. And before this match, and you and I were watching this before this got underway, a scrimmage between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Texas Longhorns, the women's soccer sides that are going through their spring ball right now in preparation for next fall season. So a nice touch with the Red River rivalry, get the women's soccer sides involved.
And they do so much on these fairgrounds as well. There's a food fest going on. We have a little halftime special going on for Boots' birthday, I hear.
Boots, the mascot of the Dallas Trinity, who is holding a rodeo today. There's a whistle. And we understand that there are going to be a number of Dallas-Fort Worth area sports mascots on the pitch, and they are going to attempt to be wrangled like one would see at a good old-fashioned Texas rodeo. Dallas Trinity trying to wrangle the lead. Ubogagu, that's a nice one-touch. Massimo, the Texas Longhorn product. Back to Ubogagu. On the left foot, was looking for Hamid. Trying to force it through was Wisner, and Carolina able to clear. So just past 10 minutes in, and Dallas has been knocking on the door. Have not gotten a shot on target yet. But Hamid has brought some intensity in her starting debut for Dallas Trinity. Has been with the club for 3 weeks, has come on as a substitute for previous 2 appearances, and a bit too physical from Dallas and for the aforementioned Jasmine Hamid. Hamid played 22 minutes in her debut for Dallas against Spokane, that 3-1 victory, and then 36 minutes in what was concerning, to say the least, at Brooklyn, that 3-0 defeat.
Yeah.
And Dallas really never showed up for that one. A heavy collision along the touchline, and the referee at Lottie Black says play on. And now there's a stoppage as you get a glance there at Bethany Boss. A referee, by the way, Lottie Black, played collegiate soccer at Mississippi Valley State and at the international level for Ghana. Yeah, that was quite the tumble there.
Yeah, I think she made the right call there. She waited for advantage, waited to see who won the ball. Dallas did not win it, so she rightfully brought it back. And this is why I love the referees that have played, especially that have played at a high level, because they know the laws of the game, and then they also know the player management on top of it.
This is brought down, and here is the first shot on goal of the match. Was not struck particularly strong, but Heather Stainbrook punches it at the keeper, Sydney Martinez, and she's able to find her way on top of it. Dallas Trinity fans, stay connected all season long. Sign up for the club's newsletter for breaking news, special offers, exclusive updates as well. During year 2 of the Gainbridge Super League, scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. It's right there for you at the bottom of your screen. The Dallas Trinity FC newsletter. Carolina trying to push forward. Oh, that is an outstanding run that's developing. Carolina pushing forward, right side of the box. Here's a right-footed shot, point-blank save. Tyler McCamey. That came with a ton of pace, and McCamey stood in there and punched it away.
Carolina is so dangerous on transition, as we see right there. Merrick was just able to go coast to coast.
Massimo. Obugago, oh, almost had Massimo, but the flag, was the flag up? No, it stayed down. Massimo, all she had to do was put a toe on it, and it's 1-0. I think she was surprised that ball got to her.
Yeah, we have some nice back and forth action going right now.
So Carolina, after their first good opportunity, and look at this run. This was epic from Addison Merrick.
Yeah, Merrick able to split 2 defenders there, able to lay it off. Nice no-look pass. I think it's a tough angle for a shot. I'd rather see it go across the box. I think it would be a more open opportunity to finish. And then guess what? Dallas is not done. They get it in the opposite side. Bosch just misses it.
That is knocked out of play. Yeah, you mentioned Tyler Lucy taking that shot for Carolina. If you are going to have a player who's going to attempt a degree of difficulty shot like that, it might as well be from she of the 153 appearances in the NWSL, the veteran Tyler Lucy.
And it's all about angles at that point, right? She didn't have a quality angle on goal. McCamey was cutting down her angle. That goal was really small. All she has to do is put it across that 6-yard line, and there's no goalkeeper anywhere to be found. It's a wide open net.
Select is the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Carolina, a bit of time spent in the attacking third, but as soon as I say that, here comes Lexi Massimo to take it away.
Carolina really struggling to keep possession. They're not connecting well. They're not communicating between each other.
It is a bit uncharacteristic of Philip Poole's side, at least here in the early going. This is the third meeting of the season between these two clubs. Back on February the 21st, it was Carolina Ascent 2, Dallas Trinity 0, and here's a turnover. Massimo, left foot, trying to direct it to the far post. Sydney Martinez had to line it up, able to dive and sprawl and grab it into her gloves, and then she distributes.
Not enough pace on that shot from Massimo.
We decided to give it a go. Man, Carolina continues to be exceedingly sloppy. And you'll see Massimo come up with this ball, and it was placed well.
Yeah, she was trying to bend it into that far post with the inside of her left foot. Just didn't get enough oomph behind it.
But making Sydney Martinez think about it early in front of the Carolina goal, there's nothing wrong with that. We have some unhappy participants here. Most of all, Shea Groom trying to plead her case on the far side. She did not like how she was handled over there, pleading a card. See Groom in battle. And then she makes contact with Sierra Hinson. You can see she's telling the referee, go to the pocket. No pocket. Dallas tied for 5th in the Gainbridge Super League, 28 goals for. The third place side in the league sits 3rd in the table, and 3rd in goals put in the back of the net is Carolina with 30. Well, Dallas going to Brooklyn had a chance to really open up the gap between them and DC Power and start to put the screws on DC and maybe start finishing touches onto the 4th place spot and the postseason. But that loss at Brooklyn, DC Power with a win, they're 1st and 5, and then 3 points separate them now on the table. Ubogagu has that pass Deflected back to the keeper. Took a little bit too long to decide where she wanted to go with that ball.
Gugu Gagu playing into the pressure there. I think she had more time, more space. She kept it outside and then crossed it into the mixer.
But back to Dallas and that opportunity to provide some big cushion. Now you go into a spot where you only have 5 points in the last 6 matches, and you lost at Brooklyn 3-0, and DC Power figured themselves out, at least for now, and they'll play again midweek. They've got Fort Lauderdale United trying to get revenge for what was an ugly loss for DC Power to that same Fort Lauderdale United side 2.5 weeks ago. But they're right in the rearview mirror as the team from the nation's capital. It is uncomfortable times right now for Dallas.
DC Power is not letting up. They're looking better and better as the season goes on.
Another big run up that left side, swiped away initially. And then a header up and over the goal. This continues to be all Dallas. All corners brought to you by Cornerstone at Capital Bank. Lexi Massimo, the all-time leader in points at the University of Texas. Right foot from that corner spot. Bubagoo could not direct it towards goal. Holding high above her head is Samar Guidry. Very much on the front foot, Dallas. They have dominated possession here early. Guidry takes a return ball. And here is a blast off of a Karam, put a heavy right foot into it. Amber Wisner in her final season as a professional footballer. And she's saying, YOLO, might as well. Let's take a rip.
She is not scared to rip it from distance. We've seen it before. She's hit these before. She just laced it.
This is increasingly impressive from Dallas in the early going.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they are just putting everyone forward. They are locking it into their offensive third.
And as we were saying, this is a long shot from distance, going down to a knee, Sydney Martinez. But Dallas is bound and determined, we're just going to start testing the keeper over and over and over again. That is the 3rd shot on target, the 5th shot overall so far for Dallas, 20 minutes in.
And they're playing with high intensity, high pressure. They're just swarming the ball, not giving Carolina any time and space, and Carolina cannot connect passes.
Speaking of,
Perfect example.
this will roll back into the defensive third for Dallas Trinity. Now Bet. Oh, that is well played. Here is a low cross. Flag is up offside. Tyler Lucy was a step ahead of everybody else. Gear up for year number 2. Rep Dallas Trinity FC with the latest kits, the scarves, the merch. Visit shop.DallasTrinityFC.com. Show all your colors all season long. That's shop.DallasTrinityFC.com. Carolina with a tight, dramatic 1-0 victory 8 days ago against Lexington. That put a bit of a crimp in Lexington's ability to pull closer with Sporting Jacks in that Players' Shield race, but Lexington a 4-0 triumph over an injury-ravaged Tampa Bay side yesterday in a rainstorm in Kentucky. And all of a sudden, Lexington back within 4 of Sporting Jacks for that Players' Shield with 4 matches left to go. For Lexington, there's still 5 to go for Sporting Jacks, but they are in action later tonight against Spokane. But at least Lexington making Sporting Jacks think about them a little bit still. It's like Dallas is certainly thinking about DC Power in that 4th, 5th place situation. Oh, that was a A little bit of an uncomfortable looking slide there from Bogagu. And a foul against Dallas. Maya McCutcheon was an Oklahoma Sooner before she was a Mountaineer of West Virginia. Now here with Dallas Trinity, making her 22nd appearance of the season, start number 15. Dallas, that 52% possession, the 5 shots, 3 of them on target. Carolina, other than 2 instances where Tyler Lucy was behind the defense, one where she was offside, there hasn't been much for Carolina, but perhaps this changes that. Mackenzie George holds up play, heavy touch, defended strongly. Battle on that side.
It's nice on-the-ball defense by Dallas.
Lauren Flynn was all over that, and Dallas gets rewarded. Back on to Flynn, who did a lot of 1v1 work with Mackenzie George, but the job not done.
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with Dallas. I mean, this is a different Dallas team than what we saw last week. They're looking good. They're putting on the ball pressures. We see Mackenzie George. I mean, she's one of the top outside flank players in the league, and this right here, Dallas has done their job. They forced her backwards, and then they were able to take the ball from her. Excellent defensive job by Dallas.
Carolina able to win it back off a turnover. But once again, look at the physicality started by McCutcheon. Carolina hanging in though. Here is Mackenzie George, floats it high in front of goal. It hung up there dangerously. McCamey able to get a right hand on it, but a foul was called regardless. Now Carolina's starting to throw some opportunities at the net, and why not? Try and break the shape a little bit.
And McCamey, Princeton product. I mean, she is so good at high balls, one of the best, and that's exactly why. That is very hard to time because she has a player right in front of her challenging her. She knows she cannot get both hands up to catch it. She makes the correct decision there and punches it out.
Tyler McCamey debuted for Dallas on January the 31st, very early on in the spring portion of this Gainbridge Super League campaign, and for the vast majority of the time since then, she has been the preferred goalkeeper. She even had an assist late in the 3-1 victory over Spokane. So she comes in, and she's able to pick up a point. That's a nice thing to hang on the goalkeeper mantle.
She's a next-level goalkeeper.
And here's a next-level attacker in Hamid. Hamid working against Megan Nally. Hamid dragging. Hamid right foot, shot blocked. And it rolls harmlessly onto Sydney Martinez. Hamid was claiming handball. Gainbridge Super League playoffs are starting to take shape. We're going to have 2 teams in to stay up to date on all of the latest information, analysis, and insight. All you have to do is visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com. Nearing the half-hour mark with Christine Huber. I am Ken Levicka. We are at Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Kickoff temperatures 75 degrees. And not the stifling humidity you're going to see in these parts in about 3 weeks' time. Trying to retrieve this ball defensively and simply chucking it against the sponsor boards was Sierra Hinson. I was in Fort Lauderdale a couple of weeks ago for the DC Power Fort Lauderdale match that we were discussing earlier. And that humidity is starting in South Florida. It is beginning. Speaking with Nathan Thackeray this week, Dallas Trinity boss, and he said it was not a very fun trip outside of just the result in Brooklyn. There were issues getting to the facility from the hotel. They were staying 8 miles away, and as anybody can attest who's been in New York, 8 miles can take 2 hours. And they ran into that. Ubogagu left foot blocked away. Ubogagu able to find the ball back at her feet. And this possession continues with Heather Stainbrook. This is sent to the back post, nobody there. Next home match for Dallas Trinity. It's back to the Cotton Bowl May 16th. That's Saturday, 7:30 p.m. under the lights. Fort Lauderdale United coming into town. The evening also honors Captain Amber Wisner, recognizing her playing career. Special tributes throughout the match, including an Amber bobblehead as well. Gotta love that. Get your tickets by scanning the QR code or visiting DallasTrinityFC.com/tickets. Dallas Trinity, Fort Lauderdale United, May 16th, 7:30, and come out and honor Amber Wisner. Ooh, this looks nasty here.
Ooh, yeah, that's
head to
always
head.
tough when you're not expecting it. Both players going for the ball.
Samar Guidry took the back of the head right into the crown of her forehead. I believe that's Shea Groom. Yep, Shea Groom, who it doesn't feel good either when the back of your head makes collision with another skull. Guidry's up. She's walking off, it appears, momentarily with the physio, of course, because it's a head injury. There needs to be a little bit additional checkup. The same is going to go for Shea Groom. Looks like Shea Groom has now found her footing, so she'll get checked out. Carolina Ascent, they clinched the Players' Shield last season with 4 matches left to go, but went draw, loss, loss in the final 4 weeks of the season. The second to final week of the year, it was Dallas Trinity who came in and beat Carolina. Both of these teams got into the postseason. Dallas knocked out by eventual champion Tampa Bay Sun in the semifinal 2-1, while Carolina lost 1-0 late to Tampa Bay in that final. Philip Pooley's very open about it when you talk to him. He has not forgotten about the final.
He's not.
And because there's so many carryovers from last year's roster, they have not forgotten about it either. There is a little bit of chip on shoulder, unfinished business that exists within this organization, but he said we can't let it consume us. We need to continue to put ourselves in the right position to avenge.
And as far as last year's concerned, I mean, Carolina, they were so consistent, right? We saw the other teams fall, we saw them rise. Carolina was consistent all year long. And he even talked about it, you know, we talked about the mistakes or different calls or the ball not bouncing Carolina's way. As he said, the soccer gods at times are not kind. So when you're in these type of situations, when it's coming down to it, let's not just have a 1-goal lead. Let's try and get 2 goals up. So then you have that buffer for a slip up. You have a buffer for a mistake.
Mia Gorbin was trying to pivot and blast the ball back into the attacking half for Carolina, but could not get it past Hamid. And Dallas does the blasting back into the attacking half, but this will be retrieved fairly easily by Jenna Butler. Carolina trying to win something in the midfield. Groom plays it off of her head, but it results in Dallas coming forward. Good footwork for Guidry. On to Hamid, who's now playing on the right side. Here's a cross, took a 1 hop. Having trouble with it is Merrick, trying to make the turn. And Ubogagu was right there. Now it's fed deeper into the box, and it's fed into the middle. But there was not a Dallas teammate in the vicinity. Man, Dallas is really pressing this ball, though.
I mean,
and they take it right back.
They are jumping, and they are recognizing those passes in the midfield and intercepting them. Carolina cannot connect with any passes.
Ubogagu now camped out on the left wing with Hamid on the right-hand side. Powerful delivery to the touchline, and Hamid unable to get a touch on it.
Hamid now switching over to that right side. She needs to be a little wider. I know this field is huge. Use all of it, right? Get your cleats right on the sideline. Get it on the paint, so then that way your body's facing the field. You can get your chest, foot, whatever it is, and keep that ball in bounds.
This is a long throw. Guidry. Now to McCutcheon. Carolina, as they're so apt to do,
Perfect.
staying under control defensively, and that was
perfect example, right? You see
much
how
better.
wide she was? She was actually out of bounds, which is fine, right? You can be out of bounds as long as the ball isn't. She keeps her body, her chest, everything is facing towards the field so she can keep that ball in bounds. Excellent adjustment by Hamid.
Bogagu is offside. And it'll be a goal kick for Sydney Martinez.
It's a little in-game tactical adjustment here by Dallas and Nathan Thackeray, switching the two outside flanks, so he must be recognizing an advantage for one of them.
Carolina, Sydney Studer, a stalwart defensively. She is out for the season with an ACL. And Philip Poole telling us this week that it's likely going to extend at least through the fall of next season. Giovanna DeMarco is out as well for Carolina. Christine Aguilera was on international duty with Puerto Rico. I believe I said Christina Aguilera. My 90s pop is coming back to the top of my head. Jill Aguilera out with international duty with Puerto Rico.
Well, Christina Aguilera, she's not on the roster either, so.
No, that's true. That's very
so you
true.
actually were correct.
Yeah. Ooh, heavy contact. Hamid helped up off the turf. Maya McCutcheon stands over the ball. 36 minutes in. We're still looking for our breakthrough. Dallas has been the brighter attacking side, but Carolina has been able to stay stubborn. This season at home, Dallas in the first half, a -5 goal differential. Ubogagu slithers it to Hinson. And she puts it off of a Carolina defender. We're going to have a set-piece corner coming for Dallas Trinity. All corners presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Sierra Hinson has found her way into the attack. Former Utah Royal, formerly Gotham FC. And this is a back post corner delivery up and over everybody.
A little too much on that one. That ball is just flying through.
Philip Poole, the second-year boss for Carolina Ascent, former goalkeepers coach for the U.S. women's national team. A long, long history in women's soccer. Was an assistant at Wake Forest. And what a job he has done here with Carolina Ascent. And what a ball forward for Carolina Ascent. Here's George, and George is cut off from the ball. Lauren Flynn with great conviction ending that opportunity.
George just unable to keep that ball on her foot. Touch gets away from her.
McCutcheon's going to wind it up. And Hamid's going to have it fall to her. Hamid crisscrosses. Hamid. Hook a ball to that far side. Hinson. Ubogagu back to Hinson. 1-2 action. And Carolina does well to cut that off. Dallas winning every 50-50 ball in this opening half. Guidry is going to deliver back into the center circle.
Dallas has been in complete control of this game. I am so impressed. Here we are right now. They're in possession. They're keeping it. But then when they need to, just like this, they are attacking that final third.
Ubogagu delivers into the box. That's a good touch. It's a deflection, and it trickles wide. Stainbrook was on the receiving end of the delivery, and her shot was deflected. That may have kept it out of the back of the net.
And one of the things about Stainbrook, she makes late runs. So defenders a lot of times do not pick her up just like that. She's coming in late. She's second into the box. She's untouched. And that one is deflected out, but a nice chance by Dallas.
That was great control by Stainbrook. And now here is the cornerstone at Capitol Corner, and it is plucked out of midair by Martinez.
Martinez has been busy today.
Got to be careful there. That was a little bit awkward. And coming off of her line and handling that was Tyler McCamey. Throwing Dallas. Ubogagu and Hamid on the opposite wings have been wildly disruptive. They have created some massive issues for Carolina so far.
And they keep switching sides, right? So it means that defenders have to think about who they're going to be marking, who they're guarding, and which are their strengths and weaknesses. Keeps them guessing.
Mackenzie George off to Lucy. Oh, here comes a great run and a feed into the middle. And Dallas' feet are there to extinguish. Lucy and George were doing heavy lifting for Carolina, and now Dallas will try and hit on the counter. Hamid chugging forward. Has Ubogagu on the right-hand side. Hamid right into the chest of Martinez. This has become wide open both sides of the pitch.
So this is a track race. Both teams pushing in transition, taking all of the space, and Dallas was thinking that Carolina was going to be offside there. Dallas is able to get this ball, which starts their counterattack so fast by both teams. We're just bypassing the midfield.
Who needs it?
We don't need a midfield, right?
Nope.
We're just going to play in each team's offensive third.
Samar Guidry sends it airborne. And keeping it in front of her momentarily was Massimo, and now it's played back to about 30 yards away. Stainbrook. Here comes Hinson. That's a dangerous looking cross. But that was handled without much of an issue by Brianna Martinez. But Dallas wins another throw-in. Just like we've got the backs of Dallas, Trinity FC, Trust and Will also has yours, helping families protect their legacy for generations. Start your plan today, trustandwill.com. Late stages of this first half. And you've got to think Dallas feels done a bit wrong. They probably should have broken through at this juncture. That, it feels like, is of the essence now, because if you get hit for a goal when you've played as well as you have in the first half, it might be a bit deflating.
It's definitely not how they want to go into the locker room, but they really have not given Carolina a lot of time and space on the ball. They've just been suffocating them.
Lucy goes to ground. Tyler Lucy, 3 caps in her career for the U23's U.S. women's national team. Won an NWSL championship in Portland 2017. Has had a long, successful career. Trying to make a turn. George was in a battle with McCutcheon. McCutcheon won the battle. McCutcheon still efforting Now going 1v1 with Lucy, and then McCutcheon wins the throw-in. How do you not love that type of effort from Maya McCutcheon? That is just straight up dirty work, and she's embracing it.
I mean, both of these teams just going at it. Guidry is the one who gets down, saves the ball, and keeps possession for Dallas. And look at them, here they go on the attack.
Hamid, right up the middle channel. Hamid to a right foot. Hamid, stutter step. Hamid feeds it to a Bogagoo. She surveys. Bogagoo sends it back to Guidry. Floats it to the top of the box and into the top of the 6-yard box, and Sydney Martinez brings it in.
It's not a bad idea by Dallas. We know that Boss loves to score off her head, so that's why they're floating it into the mixer for her.
Zeno Digital Solutions help businesses run smarter with advanced office equipment, high-performance production, print solutions, and streamlined document workflows. Zeno Dallas, powering your workplace with smarter solutions and exceptional support. That last sequence, Samar Guidry, exceptional support. The Dallas Trinity defense, her and Maya McCutcheon have been physical. We close in here on the full 45. And then whatever is tacked on to the end of this opening half. An entertaining first half here at the Cotton Bowl. A physical takeaway, and now off to the races again. Hamid from out wide to the left wing. Hamid, Massimo, and puts it up and over the bar. More chances for Dallas.
And it's running through Hamid on this flank again, whether she's on the left or the right. Nice through ball there. Massimo just unable to get over it, keeping that ball on target.
2 extra minutes, 2 additional minutes, according to Lottie Black, our referee. Bogagoo goes to ground, trying to trap the ball with her feet. Now there's a bunch of kicking at it, and now Bogagoo is ridden down by Lucy.
Bogagoo, I thought she was going to do some push-ups. Like she had the ball in between her feet. I mean, what athletic strength she is showing here.
So Bogagoo, you see, and then it was time to plank.
Yeah. We've got a left plank, side plank, front plank.
Getting all those abdominal muscles. That ball went off of Hamid, took a fortunate carom. Oh, what a save! Sydney Martinez denies Stainbrook, who almost finessed it into the top right.
Cue the Sydney Martinez highlight reel. This is a very tough save to make. That ball is floating in there. She's able to read it, and as goalkeepers, this is called the art of flying. Flying across that goal and tipping it over the crossbar. The
fingertips delivering it into the bar. But in the late stages, Dallas looked like they weren't ready to concede the end of the half, but a clearance for Carolina, but a bit weak. And now Lucy back on it. Groom. Final seconds of this half. Can Carolina cash in late? Cut back, that was beautiful. Onto the left foot, shot blocked. That's been the story of the half on the attack for Carolina. And that is the final whistle. 45 minutes are in the books here at the Cotton Bowl. Dallas Trinity looks like a team playing with desperation. Carolina looking like a team that, at this point, trying to hang on and stay in it.
And Carolina just very choppy. They're not able to keep possession. There's definitely nothing positive with their possession. Very few passes they're able to string together. But credit Dallas, right? It is their high pressure, and especially on the ball, that's really working. It's suffocating Carolina, and that's what's causing them to not be able to connect on any passes.
Dallas Trinity with 11 shots in the first half, 5 of those on target. Meanwhile, Carolina's only mustered 2 shots. And let's go downstairs and talk with the veteran Amber Wisner, Dallas Trinity. Amber, in this opening half, coming off of a 3-0 loss to Brooklyn, this has looked a bit inspired. What would you assess about your team here in the first half?
I think it's been really good. I think we've been on the front foot. I think we need to be a little bit more patient in our final selection in the final third with what we're doing. But it's good that we're getting plenty of shots off. I think, again, we're on the front foot, limiting their counterattacks, and we just got to keep it going in the second half.
Defensively, going in at half, do you see any adjustments that need to be made for the second half?
Not really. I think, again, we just need to make sure our rest defense is in good shape, whether it's, holding me back a little bit. I think we can actually push a few numbers forward to help us around the box, secure it there. But just be on the front foot, again, winning the ball in their half is obviously helpful, and just, limiting their counterattacks.
Amber, thank you for the time. We'll see you in the second half, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Amber Wisner, captain, Dallas Trinity. 0-0 at halftime. Dallas Trinity, Carolina Ascent. Halftime on the way. This is the Gainbridge Super League on Peacock.
Fernandez, and there's the goal. This ball late. Are you kidding me? Kopaisi knocks it away. It's Jamona, and she has leveled it. Over top corner.
Take a load off it. Take a load for free.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
This is UT Southwestern Medical Center, and this is where a spark happens. This is the teamwork that fuels it, the mentors who shape it. And this is where it comes together, with this care team connecting the dots, all leading up to this moment right here at UT Southwestern, where discoveries change lives. And this spark is just the beginning. Follow your spark at UT Southwestern, the #1 hospital in Dallas-Fort Worth.
A dream too big to measure, a will too strong to break. While others played, she prepared. She worked. Every sacrifice, every setback, every moment changed with this. While others saw limits, she saw a challenge. Every rep, every step, proof she's not finished. She's not just coming back, she's coming back stronger than ever. Scottish Rite for Children. Champions caring for champions.
Dad drills. Let's go. Your kid falls asleep 1 minute, 32 seconds from home. What's the play?
Park and wait.
Quick glance. What's missing?
Emergency fruit snacks? Binky. Easy.
In-game challenge. Have you officially named a guardian?
My parents?
Doesn't count. This play needs a plan. Guardianship must be legal before it's official. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it incredibly easy.
It's secure, affordable, and actually counts.
Next topic. I am wide open. What do you do?
Run it.
Visit trustandwill.com today and make it count.
Trust and Will. Dallas Trinity fans, today's match has a fun Texas-themed backdrop with Boots Rodeo, presented by UT Southwestern Medical Center. At halftime, Boots and our mascot crew going to take part in a penalty shootout, while ropers from the Premier Women's Rodeo try to lasso them down. I'm into that. I can get into that. The scoreboard, Gainbridge Super League, week number 27. Yesterday, Christine Huber and myself, Ken Levicka, were on the call. Lexington behind Cat Berry's hat trick, a 4-0 win over Tampa Bay Sun. 0-0 in this match here at halftime, and a big one in a multitude of ways, 7 o'clock, Sporting Jackson Spokane.
Yeah, I mean, so many weeks left to still shake up. Sporting Jacks clinch, Lexington clinch. Could we see Carolina clinch today?
Lexington will be paying attention to that Sporting Jacks match. All those matches on Peacock, by the way. And here is the live table. Sporting Jacks 47 points, right behind them Lexington and the 3-4. They're playing each other right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. Ramifications down the table.
And you look at DC Power, right? Just below the line, but they're still in it.
DC Power will play on Wednesday against Fort Lauderdale United. News and notes, Sporting Jacks, the Super League single-season record, 14 wins and counting, a victory over Fort Lauderdale United last time out. DC Power's Alyssa Walker and Paige Kenton of Sporting Jacks now tied for the league lead, 5 game-winning goals apiece. And Hope Heisey Spokane, 144 saves through 27 weeks of footballing. When we return, we will look at the first half highlights, and there you look at wrangling some mascots. It's the Gainbridge Super League on Peacock.
Dallas Trinity FC is built for this city.
Catch every match free over the air on KFAA 29 and streamed live on WFAA+.
All the energy in action.
Come see us at the Cotton Bowl or watch us play on KFAA 29 and WFAA+.
Join us every match,
every moment.
We'll see you on the pitch.
In Dallas, strength comes from community. Different teams, same mission, to show up for our city. That's what makes Dallas strong. We protect, we inspire, we play for Dallas. Dallas Police Department. Dallas defends Dallas.
Sport is for everyone, but too often the moment slips away. Here Sport brings live, audio-described, multilingual commentary straight to your phone. So every play, every call, and every cheer is there for everyone. Trusted by clubs and fans, simple, instant, and accessible. Here Sport, live sport.
Have a great trip.
Do you think they'll be okay?
Honey, nothing's gonna happen. And if it did, your parents would take care of the kids. Our money, our house, everything would go to them immediately.
Doesn't count. It's a solid plan in your head, but if you want those things to actually happen, you need a trust. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. A trust helps you avoid probate court, giving your loved ones immediate access to your funds, and it'll actually count. Slug bug. Get started at trustandwill.com and make it count.
We return to the Cotton Bowl. That's right, you were looking at mascots kicking penalties while Wranglers try and catch him with lassos. That was a pretty nice strike. With Christine Huber, I'm Ken Levick. A halftime 0-0 Dallas Trinity, Carolina Ascent. Dallas will feel as if they probably should have the lead, and the numbers, Christine, also suggest
11 shots to 2. Possession, you would actually think Dallas had it more. The eye test says it more. 4 corners, everything has been in Dallas's offensive third.
A lot of this match played on the Dallas end of the pitch. Second half on the horizon after the mascots wrap it up. 0-0, Dallas Trinity, Carolina Ascent. This is the Gainbridge Super League on Peacock.
Dallas Trinity FC is built for this city.
Catch every match free over the air on KFAA 29 and streamed live on WFAA+.
All the energy in action.
Come see us at the Cotton Bowl or watch us play on KFAA 29 and WFAA+.
Join us every match,
every moment.
We'll see you on the pitch.
This is UT Southwestern Medical Center, and this is where a spark happens. This is the teamwork that fuels it, the mentors who shape it. And this is where it comes together, with this care team connecting the dots, all leading up to this moment right here at UT Southwestern, where discoveries change lives. And this spark is just the beginning. Follow your spark at UT Southwestern, the #1 hospital in Dallas-Fort Worth.
A dream too big to measure, a will too strong to break. While others played, she prepared. She worked. Every sacrifice, every setback, every moment changed with this. While others saw limits, she saw a challenge. Every rep, every step, proof she's not finished. She's not just coming back, she's coming back stronger than ever. Scottish Rite for Children. Champions caring for champions.
Oh, look. Great blue heron.
Oh, your favorite.
You know, when I go, I'd like to leave some money to the local bird conservancy.
Oh, that's a beautiful legacy to leave.
Doesn't count. Generous, but final wishes need to be more finalized. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy to create a legally valid, state-specific document that actually counts. Ooh, what's that?
That's a duck.
Start your will at trustandwill.com now and make it count.
Nice shot. Let's play.
The team's coming back out onto the pitch. 45 minutes of action left to go here at the Cotton Bowl. Dallas Trinity 0, Carolina Ascent 0. She is Christine Huber. I am Ken Levica. And playoff season is on the way. The drama right there in front of you. We know that Sporting Jacks is in and Lexington is in. Carolina, if they win today, they are in. But man, 4, 5, 6, this is dogfight time.
Yeah, it's shake-up time. And we see Carolina. This is why 3 points is so crucial for them. They win, they're in. A tie, it's still a lot of weeks left.
So if Dallas can get a result, then they can put some pressure on Carolina. If Carolina gets a result, 3 points especially, then they can really put pressure on Lexington. They'd only be one back of Lexington for the 2 spot, home pitch advantage. Spokane plays Sporting Jacks later on, 7 o'clock Eastern time on Peacock. If they upset Sporting Jacks, they're even with DC Power, who don't play until Wednesday. And of course, Dallas, if they don't get themselves a point, DC Power would have an opportunity to pull even with them in that 4 spot on the right side of the playoff line. So there's a lot of yes moving forward as coaches like to continue to perpetuate, but yeah, there's definitely some peeking over the shoulder as well.
Yeah, and it's really just this game at hand, right? 45 minutes left in this game. We had an exciting first half. I mean, it went by so quick because there were just so many chances, especially for Dallas. They did a great job keeping the ball in their offensive third, trapping and locking Carolina in, and Carolina was unable to escape and even make it over midfield line.
So Dallas Trinity trying to take the shield off the goal. Now, Sydney Martinez, the Carolina goalkeeper, has been a big part of that.
Yep.
She has been under siege, and she has been equal to the task. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they have got to find a way to not only have possession, but keep possession and turn it into something dangerous. The only times they've really put any pressure on the Dallas goal is on the counter. They haven't been able to generate anything out of the attacking half.
And that's what they're known for. The thing with today is they're not even able to steal the ball from Dallas, so they can't counterattack. And when they do counterattack, they need to do it quicker. They need to do it faster. Get that outlet pass. If it's Merrick or it's Corbin, get that ball up, get it to George, get it to Lucy.
The second half here at the Cotton Bowl with Christine Huber. I am Ken Levicka, and we are 0-0. Dallas and Carolina Ascent. A 2-0 victory for Carolina on February the 21st over this Dallas side. You go back to December, and it was Dallas getting the better of Carolina, 1-0. That was before Nathan Thackeray took over as the new boss of Dallas Trinity. Coming into today, Dallas has the all-time advantage, 3 victories, 2 defeats, and a draw. Quick restart for Carolina. And chugging forward and getting onto the end of this is Coleman. Coleman cuts it to her left foot. Oh, tough angle. Was she going for the far post, or was she awaiting Groom, who came streaking up the middle? We'll take another look at it.
And this is a nice cross in because it could have gone either way, right? You hit that far post, it still has a chance to stay in, and the camera get a touch on that, which is what sent that wide. But look at those Carolina players flying in at the far post to try and touch it in.
And that run up the middle, just a missile shot.
And I thought Coleman was going to be offside on that direct kick there. Nobody was there.
A little bit concerning at the onset there for Dallas because, as Christine said, there was real estate upon real estate upon real estate. And that looked large even by massive Texas real estate standards. Some big properties in this area. Spent a lot of time in Dallas, Fort Worth over the years, and they do everything big in Texas, including their plots of land. Covering a lot of ground today has been Sierra Hinson. Now she'll throw it in, the Texas Longhorn product, to other Texas Longhorn alum, Massimo.
That was an excellent played first half by Dallas. Disappointing, I'm sure, at halftime for them not to be up on the scoreboard. But let's see, can they continue it for another 45? Because they looked really good.
Dallas has suffered some head-scratching, heartbreaking results here during this 6-match stretch that has found them now clinging for dear life to the 4 spot and inside the Gainbridge Super League playoff picture. They took a loss to the bottom of the table team, Tampa Bay, on the 31st of March, allowing an 85th minute goal, and then a draw against Lexington on the 18th of March, where Lexington, thanks to Kat Berry, she of now 15 goals, a league record this season, was able to find the back of the net 90+3. So through all of that, Dallas is trying to find its footing, get consistency back, and you just saw Nathan Thackeray there. He used the word over and over again, inconsistent, when we talked to him this week, and that about sums it up.
It really sums up their season. They've looked unbelievable at times and then very poorly at other times, just unable to really put two halves together. And that's what would worry me. I think they looked really good in this first half. Can they repeat it? Can they do the same for this second?
A foul is called with Brianna Martinez hitting this natural surface.
And when we talked to Nathan, he was talking about, you know, the changes and the style of play he's instituted. Maybe they have figured it out. Maybe it's finally clicked because they look good.
This will be headed to the back for Dallas. It's just wild from a match-to-match basis how things can fluctuate. We had talked about Dallas and their issues in the first half at home with a -5 goal differential. And then they put 5 shots on target, 11 shots in total, and they're the dominant side in the first half on their home pitch. It's just Jekyll and Hyde stuff from Dallas. You go from losing emphatically at Brooklyn outside the playoff picture, 3-0, pretty much never got off the mat, to here you are giving the number 3 side in the league all sorts of fits.
Yep.
How many times have we said this? Samar Guidry, physical defensively. There's the throw in, attacking third for Carolina. And this is going to be shielded all the way to a sprawling Tyler McCamey. Gear up for year 2. Rep Dallas Trinity FC. The latest kits, scarves, and merch. Visit shop.DallasTrinityFC.com. Show your colors all season long. Shop.DallasTrinityFC.com. Foul called on Martinez of Carolina. 5 minutes gone in this second half. And Kat Berry for Lexington. What a dominant player. She was aces against Tampa Bay. 3 second half goals. So she has 5 braces on the season. That is a Gainbridge Super League single season record. But then she turned it into a hat trick, which is the first time that's happened for that Lexington club. She now has the Golden Boot League and has the league record for goals in a season with what she did yesterday. And Lexington is into the playoffs for the first time. That was quite the masterpiece yesterday for the Lexington club.
And I think now we might as well rename it a cat trick, because that's exactly what it was, right? She had the 5th brace, then she winds up getting a hat trick, which then put her back to 4 braces.
Here's a right-footed shot that is blocked. There was a lot of power on it from Stainbrook. This is going to be a corner, and there is an injured Carolina player down who took the brunt force of that contact. And it's Lily Nabet who sacrificed her body. Oof, caught it right off the side of the head.
Yeah, and Stainbrook has a hard shot. We've talked about her late runs. That's where she usually comes in. That's where she'll receive the ball. She can shoot, she can hit it from there.
So Nabet is getting tended to. Well, Dallas in a familiar situation, deep in an attacking third and preparing for a corner.
They may have to call in one of the mascots to try and score a goal to help them out, because the mascots were scoring at halftime.
Boots, the mascot of Dallas Trinity, her birthday, and brought out her friends, and it was quite the spectacle where you have several mascots from the Dallas-Fort Worth sporting area who are attempting penalties, all while you had members of the Women's Premier Rodeo with lassos trying to wrangle them while they kicked the penalties. And I am a fan of cheap fun, and that was the definition right there. I also took note. Leon the Lion, Texas Super Kings, that is pro cricket in this area. That mascot scored. Tex Hooper, FC Dallas on the MLS side, that mascot scored. And then Champ, the Dallas Mavericks mascot, also was able to convert against Hoops. I'm glad we got through that. Cornerstone Capital Bank corner kick on the way. No good transition out of that. This will be sent short to the lower right of the box. Trying to make the turn was Hinson, but it was a heavy touch, and Carolina clears. And this is simply going to roll out of play.
Carolina really struggling to get this ball out of their defensive third. I mean, even right there, typically they have someone to play it through on that outlet pass to start the counterattack, and just everyone's back behind defensively because Dallas is sending so many players forward.
Dallas will send it to the safety of their own half. And there we see Sydney Martinez for the first time in this second half. The Puerto Rico international. Bogagoo twisting and turning and feeding, and that was well delivered to Hinson, but a little bit too far in front on the pass. And he's given right back though. Bobs. Bogagoo. Square ball to that far side. Carolina is doing a better job here of cutting off that Dallas midfield that was doing nothing but push forward. There's Mia Corbin. Corbin plays it ahead. And a foot race. Mackenzie George is going to get there. It stays in play. And then this will be a throw-in coming over to challenge and avoid any issues by McCutcheon.
Good hustle there by Mackenzie George to keep that ball in. And now Carolina has to get used to using all this space on this field. There are players like George, they can run. Send it into the space for them to run onto.
Lucy is not in the correct amount of communication there with Brianna Martinez. Long throwing into the midfield. Corbin had it taken off of her feet. And all Carolina can do is launch into the bleachers here at the Cotton Bowl. Gainbridge Super League playoffs. About a month away. We're tracking all the possible scenarios. Visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. Get the updates on your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox. It's the Gainbridge Super League newsletter. So Dallas continuing to look calm, cool, and collected. But will it turn into anything? Tyler McCamey, who only needed to make one save in the opening half, albeit a really good save in the first half. And this might be something really good developing. A Bogagoo, left-footed, cross with good pace. Wanted Hamid, but it was just a bit too far in front of her, and it rolls across the far touchline.
This was a nice ball across the box. I'm surprised Hamid didn't lay out to get something, a foot, a toe, anything on this ball. She was still pretty far back there. Tough break for Dallas.
There was marking coming from either side of Hamid. You had Brianna Martinez in the vicinity there for Carolina.
Such a dangerous ball, right? It's in that no man's land, right? Is the keeper coming out to get it? She waits for the defenders.
A rare Dallas turnover in this match. That pass is a little bit behind Lucy. She's able to recover, and now she's able to send a low and dribbling cross with no danger whatsoever. That is gobbled up by McCamey. McCamey had a clean sheet against Lexington on March the 8th. And she, in the 58th minute, sees a 0 on the scoreline for the opposition. And she has had help. Her Dallas side has made sure that, for the most part, it has been a nice, easy afternoon for her. That leaks through. Bogagoo is not going to get there. Martinez had to come out to play that mess away. And Dallas in their own half. That is really well done to stay with it, Brianna Martinez. And she earns her side a throw-in. Lucy was tripled up. Now she'll throw it in. Lucy chopped down. The referee says play on. So Massimo says, let's play on. She has options on either flank. She's going to send it to the right side. Hamid to her right foot. Hamid! And she put it offside netting. A bit ambitious from that area. Hamid saying that there should be a handball.
I think she's saying Carolina kicked it out, and I agree with her. This is a great run here. It's Dallas right now on the counterattack, coming at pace, at speed, and she shoots this, and
it's tough to tell from
tough
that
to
angle.
tell from that angle if it's deflected or not.
Martinez would have been the guilty party for Carolina. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. That's Bellevue University. We are at the hour mark at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. With Christine Huber, I am Ken Levicka, and we are in the midst of a match that is going to answer a significant number of questions by the end of today, and especially after Sporting Jacks play Spokane later on tonight. Gainbridge Super League Sunday doubleheader. Hamid tried to cut back on a right foot. This is a corner. And there, after some hesitation, Hamid urging the corner referee to make the call, does, and the flag is pointed to that corner area, so it is a Cornerstone Capital Bank corner eventually.
And I think Hamid would have lost her mind if it was not called the corner after what just happened on the last play.
Bogagoo is over there. The lefty capable of sending an in-swinger in. A massive humanity in the box in front of the goal of Sydney Martinez. Bogagoo high into the air, middle of the box, header! And a late toe poke from Boss. Martinez saw what was developing and gobbled it off of her foot. And we have an injured Dallas player. I think that's McCutcheon.
Dangerous corner here. Nice in-swinger, keeping that ball alive. And look, Boss loves to sniff out goals like that, whether it's with her head or she's able to poke it by the keeper, Martinez. Great job at gobbling that one up.
It didn't look like anyone was going to be able to get there, and then emerging from that group was Boss. She has those long legs and a nose for the ball in that spot. Martinez did well to fully comprehend what was about to happen. McCutcheon is up. She's the one who had it strike her head off of the corner. It was a bit messy, but Carolina trying to find its footing in the attacking third. Here's Coleman, and she promptly loses it. But on the clearance, Carolina's going to go at it again with some urgency to boot. Coleman as a teammate falls. Now George, back post cross, wanted Groom. Instead it's sent high into the air. Dallas still having trouble handling it. This is sent back into the 6-yard area, and finally Dallas does swipe it away with Hinson.
Carolina looking so dangerous on this offensive attack, sending it into the mixer. This is a great ball by George. It's going behind the head of McCutcheon.
That rolled out of play. Carolina trying to pick up the pace a little bit. The long throw in. And now some room to operate with Coleman. As that pass intercepted. A stutter step, a push in the back from Lucy. And the whistle is blown. Lucy taking out a little bit of frustration there.
But Dallas really needs to be careful because the energy, momentum is now shifting towards Carolina. Dallas just got done playing an excellent first half. You don't want Carolina to get a quick goal.
Guidry took an elbow in the back from Lucy. And then stayed down. And we have our first booking, and it is Tyler Lucy for that elbow that you just saw on Samar Guidry. Looks like Carolina and Philip Poole about to go to the bench for the first time here today. McCamey, about 30 yards off of her goal line, will get things restarted for the home side. Trying to get some scoring started with Hamid. Hamid has an overlapping run. Hamid left-footed shot. There wasn't a ton on it. And it's headed out by Nally. And now with Carolina throw-in on the far side as Hamid went to the ground.
Yeah, Hamid was looking for the call there.
So Carolina is going to enter Riley Parker. Parker's going to take off Audrey Coleman, who puts in 64 minutes of work on this Sunday. So Philip Poole looking for another attacking option with some fresh legs. Former Tampa Bay Sun, Riley Parker. Alabama Crimson Tide for her collegiate career. Her second year with Carolina last season had a goal and 2 assists in 28 appearances. This will be her 24th appearance of this 25-26 campaign. She does have a goal this season. This is a very balanced goal-scoring attack for Carolina. Carolina's going to keep it in the attacking half. This is lobbed to the far channel. But as far as Lucy, now Lucy gets back to the left of the box. Cut back, 1v1. Defensively is Guidry. Guidry blocks away that delivery. A goal kick coming here for McCamey. Dallas Trinity FC will be back at the Cotton Bowl Saturday. That's the 16th of May. Put it on the calendar, 7:30. Fort Lauderdale United, the opponent. And there's also going to be an honoring of Captain Amber Wisner, a recognition of her outstanding playing career. Special tributes throughout the match. That includes his Amber Wisner bobblehead as well. Get your tickets by scanning the QR code. Visit DallasTrinityFC.com/tickets. And again, the QR code, make sure to scan that and get yourself set up for May 16th, 7:30, Dallas Trinity, Fort Lauderdale United, and a celebration for Amber Wisner.
Amber Wisner, the only Iron Woman this year. Last year she was as well. I believe she was 1 of 4 from last year. This year, I mean, she does not come off. Like, she is a staple, and we've seen Dallas over the years. They'll move her up. They'll push her up to the center mid. She told us at halftime, hey, I may even have to come a little further back so that other players can go forward. She's that good of a defender where she can take the role of 2 players while Dallas sends players up.
The Wisner resume is, for lack of a better word, ridiculous. She has done everything, everywhere. Here's the loft into the box. It was misplayed off the free kick, and Dallas urgently tries to get it out of trouble. That was precariously hanging around in front of McCamey's goal. Meanwhile, maybe a counter on the other end. Hamid is onto it. Hamid had it tackled away at the moment of truth. That is all-world defending by Brianna Martinez, who came up the backside of Hamid and saved the day.
Wow, what an exciting sequence of events here. Carolina, how are you missing this? Just Lucy unable to get on the back end, and guess what? It's Dallas coming with the heat, with the counterattack, and Brianna Martinez. Oh my gosh, what a recovery there. Great save.
Went full track star. Meanwhile, the Cornerstone Capital Bank corner. It's headed to the ground on the back post, and it is caromed out of play by Sydney Martinez. That looked like it developed out of nothing. Suddenly, there was an unmarked Dallas Trinity on the back post. That was a little bit tricky. Martinez absolutely had to make a play on that.
Dallas is becoming more and more dangerous on these corner kicks, and Carolina keeps conceding on them.
Another corner. This one is headed out of the area. It was lightly placed back in. Now Carolina trying to get out on the counter, but all of that is snuffed out by Hinson. So quick to the ball. Couple of subs preparing to enter the match for Nathan Thackeray and Dallas Trinity. The Bogagoos' day is done. Boss's day as done. Cameron Lancaster is on for Dallas Trinity. And Caroline Kelly, welcome to the match as well. So 2 substitutions, just shy of 70 minutes. Here is Kelly, her first touch. Kelly battling on that far side. She's trying to whip it into the area.
Looked
Could have
close
been a
to a
handball.
handball, yep.
But she's going to get another crack at it. Kelly whipped it in front of goal, but Martinez was waiting for it. Carolina chugging forward. The vast majority of this match has been this, end line to end line.
Non-stop action. I mean, this has been an exciting 0-0 game. That's for sure. I mean, so many shots. Right now, Dallas has 18 shots. 18! And has yet to put one in.
We're going to have 2 more Carolina substitutions. Looks like that's Taylor Porter getting loose down there. Was a captain for Carolina a season ago. Under the feet of Martinez. That's a heavy touch over there. And the referee, finally a whistle blows. It is a foul. The crowd doesn't like it, but Cameron Lancaster definitely got 2 hands full of jersey there. So we mentioned Taylor Porter coming on, and here she comes with Mia Corbin coming off the pitch. And Lily Nabet is done for the day.
Yeah, Nabet had a few hard hits today.
Whether it was opponent's body parts, whether it was the ball, it was a little bit of a sketchy afternoon for her from a physical standpoint. Emily Morris is on as the substitute for Nabet. Meanwhile, Dallas goes back to work. This is caught right into the midsection of Martinez. Not a ton of danger there. Carolina with some fresh legs. We'll see how they can fare here. 3 points gets them into the postseason. A point, and it's still a waiting game. No points, and they have to wait till next week.
Carolina putting in Emily Morris to score to the banger of a goal for a game winner. So she's gonna come on, like you said, fresh legs, brings that spark of energy.
Morris, the Wake Forest product. What an active day it's been for Sierra Hinson. Whether it's being involved in the attack or maintaining possession in her own half, she has been very strong, very consistent. Her and Guidry at their respective back positions, outside back positions, They have certainly stepped up today to wash the awful taste of that 3-0 defeat out of their mouths with what happened at Brooklyn. But as we saw last week against Lexington, Carolina doesn't need much in the way of possession or build-up, because in the snap of a finger, they can ding you, and before you know it, you lose. This is lobbed high into the air. Massimo sends it to the outside. Lancaster on the turn. Across, defended well, cleared away. I'll let the chess match continue here between Nathan Thackeray, the boss of Dallas Trinity, Philip Poole, last year's Coach of the Year in the Gainbridge Super League, the head of Carolina Ascent. Hamid. Dallas going to have to settle for a throw-in. Well, Jasmine Hamid in her first start in a Dallas shirt, I would say she has likely earned herself some more starts. Cross back post. It was marked well. Good positioning, Brianna Martinez, who has been the patron saint of defense for Carolina Ascent here in this second half.
She's been amazing back there tonight.
And look at the battle for the ball. And Guidry is called for the foul. Dallas has also employed a little bit of bully ball here today. They are not afraid to get up into bodies and to take their chances and dare the referee, Lottie Osaka Black, to blow the whistle.
It's been a clean game so far, too. Obviously, both teams going hard, going after the ball, but you want to see that.
A dual victory for Dallas. And a long ball didn't get through, but it still found the target. On the turn, Lancaster looks for reinforcements. Now Lancaster again. Kelly was calling for the ball, but play is held up. Overlapping run from Lancaster.
Carolina playing with a high line right now.
That pass didn't get through, but the clearance didn't get through either. It's kept in by Wisner. Now Dallas is going to opt to reset. 76.5 minutes. Can anybody find a way to break into the scoreline? Massimo. Some room for Lancaster. That cross deflected. It's headed back to the right of the box. Kelly, she was falling away and couldn't get anything on it, and now we have an injured Carolina player, and if that is Brianna Martinez, and I think it is, that would be fairly significant if she can't continue, because again, she has been a godsend defensively for Carolina. If not for her, especially a track down of Hamid on the counter earlier in this half, and it's no longer 0-0.
And especially with Carolina missing those defenders, and Aguilera and with Studer, who just tore her ACL. So Martinez has really stepped up, done a great job at outside D.
Now Martinez is the one who made the contact with the ball, and I think that is what is ailing her right now, as she points at her right eye.
The zygomatic arch. Had mine broken before.
My goodness, that was
not. Oh, the ball deflected off of her.
Yeah. So, what was that again?
Your zygomatic arch. I got headed when I was scoring a goal, and the defender came back and headed me and just fractures that orbital.
That is some of the most immaculate medical jargon
hey,
that
I have
ever heard in this profession.
That's why I'm
just
here.
Thrown out there, willy-nilly. I didn't even have any preparation for it.
Sorry,
that was
my bad.
Fantastic. She is Christine Huber, MD. I am Ken Levicka at the Cotton Bowl. 0-0, Dallas Trinity and Carolina Ascent. Dallas, 4th in the Gainbridge Super League, 3 points ahead of 5th place outside, looking in DC Power. Meanwhile, Carolina Ascent, they sit 3rd in the Gainbridge Super League. They are 4 back of second place Lexington, who was victorious yesterday over Tampa Bay, and came into today 8 back of Sporting Jackson, the Players' Shield race. Trust and Will, just like we've got the bags of Dallas Trinity FC, Trust and Will also has yours, helping families protect their legacy for generations. Start your plan today. Trustandwill.com. That's trustandwill.com. Looks like Brianna Martinez and her, we'll call it nose-eye area because I don't have the proper medical vocabulary. Back up. This is going to float up and over the goal of Tyler McCamey. Anna Cook is coming in for Shea Groom. Ava Cook for Carolina. Tyler Lucy's day is done as well. So Ava Cook, the former Chicago star. And then Riley Baston as well, her 4 goals, leading Carolina Ascent. About 10 minutes left to go. And Phillip Poole is bringing in some of the attacking heavy hitters now, especially Baston. Contact from behind. The referee says play on. Carolina obliges. Lancaster able to win it right back and win a throw-in.
You just see how Carolina has no room to turn at all.
Now, this has been a very impressive midfield performance for Dallas. Curious to hear Nathan Thackeray's assessment of it after the game, but I would be willing to bet that he will be pleased with the pursuit on the ball for all 90 minutes.
He will be pleased, but still they're unable to finish. 20 shots, 7 of those on goal, and still a big goose egg up above.
Well, Amber Wisner told us at halftime needs to be a little more patience in the attacking third, and there hasn't been a ton. Still some, and for the most part, ambitious attempts from distance. Nothing that has blown your mind in terms of how do they not plant that.
And he has to be happy with the chances they have created.
For sure.
Now it's you go back to film, right? You go back to the drawing board. How do you make it a higher percentage to be able to score? Because there have been some tough shots, tough opportunities.
McCamey. Oh, that was gnarly.
McCamey usually good with her feet, too.
McCamey had to retreat full sprint, but there were no options on the quick throw-in for Parker. This is into the box, and this is loose, and that is a shot that looked like there could have been a handball appeal. We play on, and now a left-footed cross. Guidry was able to send it away. Carolina still trying to threaten, and now it's going to trickle out of play.
Carolina now flipping the script, trying to get that ball in the box. We see this shot here.
That went off a knee.
Yeah, hit Amber's knees there.
Jenny Danielson will enter for Dallas here in the 83rd minute. Heather Stainbrook, who had a couple of really good opportunities in the opening 45, will come off. Her day is done. Cameron Lancaster puts it on the feet of Kelly. Kelly charging. Kelly wins a Cornerstone Financial corner for her side.
Remember, Dallas keeps getting more and more dangerous on these corner kicks. You don't want that misclearance there to be costly for Carolina.
High into the air. Headed to the left-hand side. Flynn step over. Flynn drives hard to the end line. Feeds it into the center of the 18-yard box. That's swiped away. On retrieve, Sierra Hinson. Now Guidry. That's a good ball. Good control on that side. But better shape defensively for Carolina. Carolina's awarded the throw-in. Now you see some of the urgency. Man, Guidry there again. She has been a brick wall today. Samar Guidry, the UVA product, has done everything asked of her against a very quick, steady Carolina Ascent attack that has not had much teeth today. Now long ball, the chase, and it's sent out of play. Now we've definitely ramped up the urgency on both sides here in the final 6 minutes or so. Kelly couldn't keep it in play and also couldn't keep possession.
I like that defense there. Shielding the ball so Dallas can't get it.
Addison Merrick. Long throw into the midfield. Bounces off of several heads. And a turnover. Lancaster to Kelly. Kelly tried to find Hamid, who was coming right up the middle, and the defense came in support. And that is blasted across the end line. Goal kick.
5 minutes left. Who is going to be the hero, either offensively or defensively? Because there has been so many opportunities here. And Dallas, just another chance that they're unable to finish on.
And you'll never guess who is in there to clear that pass away. Brianna Martinez.
Martinez squared in the back right now, is just working on this shutout.
Jenna Butler did well to get stride for stride with Carolyn Kelly and force her to a tough decision. Hamid goes to ground, and it's a foul against Carolina. Just over 3 minutes remaining and then added time. Hamid faced two defenders, able to leak it to Hinson. Now back to surveying from the midfield for Dallas Trinity. Guidry. Look at the footwork. Guidry finally turned away. That was certainly bringing some oohs and ahs. And now Hamid. She tells the referee she was tripped. Carolina gets possession back. Parker. Now traversing vertically was Emily Morris. And then this is sent to the outside. That's a really good ball and some room to run. Carolina with a chance here in the final few minutes. This is chunked and cleared, but kept in by Merrick. Nally. Step over, and it works its way back to Morris. And is just too far out of the toe of Ava Cook. And then Hamid will turn and launch. Lancaster wanted to try and spring Kelly. That's read well by Carolina. Now we're just starting to see some launch and hope. Tired legs may be coming into effect here.
And Carolina at least is keeping possession now. They're doing best when they switch that ball from side to side, opening it up a little bit, but it's taken them 85 minutes to figure that out.
McCamey, her first touch in a while. That's a strong turn for Parker. Merrick. Carolina might have just won it. Merrick with the assist. It all came from nothing. Merrick with decisiveness drove forward, looked for her options, and right up the middle, Baston with her 5th goal of the season, and it may have just put Carolina into the playoffs.
Wow, I mean, you have got to be kidding me here. Carolina with this one opportunity, excellent ball in by Merrick, and Baston is the one. She puts her body on the line to get this finish, and what a big finish it is.
The super sub, the leading scorer, Riley Baston, makes an immediate impact. Pinpoint accuracy from Merrick, who's allowed too much room, a red carpet to the lower right of the box. She didn't miss, and Baston didn't miss, and Carolina leads 1-0.
And credit Merrick with that ball, right? It goes in, it's in that no man's land. Who's gonna get it? We talked about it all game. Are defenders gonna get it, or is the goalkeeper gonna get it? It's that in-between zone, and guess who gets it? Baston and Carolina. Puts Carolina up 1-0. Huge, huge goal.
Right away, though, Dallas wins itself a corner. As Jenny Danielson was battling. We are into added time, 6 additional minutes, so still a lot of time. And here's the set piece. Knifed outside the 6-yard box. And Lancaster puts it about 30 feet over the crossbar. Riley Baston.
Attention fans, Dallas Trinity has a substitution in the 9th minute. Entering the pitch, number 52, Caroline Swan, leaving the pitch, number 11, Maya McCutcheon.
So more substitutions coming for Dallas. Caroline Swan. "1-0 Carolina."
Wow. I mean,
completely unlikely the way this match is going.
What a change of events. Dallas, who's done a great job dominating and the chances that they have created.
Danielson with a beautiful flick on the Lancaster, who is then tornadoed into the ground, and it'll be a free kick for Dallas. But Christina, as we said earlier, Carolina, they don't need to have a lot of opportunities. They just need that one glorious moment. It's how they beat Lexington.
That's how they do it.
And it's how they may leave Dallas with this win and a postseason berth.
And this is what happens when you let teams hang around, right? If you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you let them hang around, and next thing you know, the ball doesn't bounce your way, and you're down 1-0.
Carolina's 4 minutes from 8 straight unbeaten. At the most important time of the year. The free kick, good pace. It's loose! Oh, trying to cross was Danielson. And it found a Carolina foot. Heart stopped for a moment on the Carolina touchline. But as we've seen all day, Carolina at the moment of truth, able to find a touch, but not done yet. This is sent skyward. Hamid fighting for it, cleared away. That shot is blocked. That's sidewinding to the end line, and it'll be a corner for Dallas.
We thought we had excitement before. Well, now we really have excitement. We've talked about Dallas, all the corner kicks they've had today and how dangerous they look. I want to see someone get a little wider at this far post so they can run onto the ball and finish this.
Here's the corner. That nearly found Hamid's head, but Carolina handles it. And Guidry will restart the push forward. 1-0 Carolina. Thanks to Riley Baston just moments ago, coming on as a substitute. A headed goal on a pinpoint cross from Merrick. Mackenzie George. Could she keep it in play? No, she could not. And Dallas with the throw in. Lancaster. Oh my goodness, that fell right on to Swan, and she could not put a proper touch on it. Now here's Swan again. This is a good ball. That's a better ball to Kelly. And the flag is up and an offside, and we have less than 2 minutes left to go as Carolina tries to hang on to a postseason earning victory.
Carolina playing that high line, catches Dallas off guard, and the offside is called. I mean, if Carolina can come out with this win, I mean, this is amazing, right? Talking about the ball and the soccer gods finally being on your side, Philip Poole.
And this certainly looks like it is going to be the 22nd match this year for Carolina Ascent that'll be decided by 1 goal or fewer. Either a 1-goal win, a 1-goal loss, or a draw. That's incredible. Hamid takes a return ball. Massimo. Nothing really developing there in the long clearance by Carolina as they look for this clock to tick down faster. We have 30 seconds left. The referee is telling Dallas and telling Guidry to get back to the proper throw-in territory.
If you're Dallas, throw these players up, get involved, get up in the box, get in the mixer.
Massimo. That's not the direction to be going in. Flynn. Guidry. Here's the feed into a mass of bodies. Massimo, that does not leak through. Job's not done though. The referee looks at her watch. Hamid! And that might do it as Martinez gobbles it up. With bodies rushing forward. Carolina mere moments away from going to the playoffs for a 2nd straight year. And they have achieved a postseason berth. Riley based in the hero. A late goal after coming on as a substitute. And Carolina back-to-back playoff berths. And last year's Players' Shield victor is going back to the postseason. 1-0, Carolina upends Dallas Trinity.
What an insane end to this game, because Dallas just seemed to be running the entire game, dominating every stat, but then all of a sudden, Riley Bazin, she comes through and puts Carolina up 1-0.
So a heart-stopping finish. Baston with the game winner. Carolina 1, Dallas 0. Post-game on the way. Gainbridge Super League on Peacock.
Dallas Trinity FC is built for this city.
Catch every match free over the air on KFAA 29 and streamed live on WFAA Plus.
All the energy in action.
Come see us at the Cotton Bowl or watch us play on KFAA 29 and WFAA Plus.
Join us every match,
every moment.
We'll see you on the pitch.
Great work starts with a great workspace. That was the idea behind the original Veridesk, and it's the inspiration behind everything we do. From our latest standing desks and ergonomic seating to free shipping and fast assembly. We create a workspace that works for you, so you can feel your best and do your best. Start your office upgrade today.
Sport is for everyone, but too often the moment slips away. Here Sport brings live, audio-described, multilingual commentary straight to your phone. So every play, every call, and every cheer is there for everyone. Trusted by clubs and fans, simple, instant, and accessible. Here Sport, live sport.
We're all growing something, a dream, a business, a better way to live. At Gardenuity, we bring the experience of growing to life, made simple, for wherever you live, work, or play. Because growth isn't just what happens in the soil, it's what happens in you. Gardenuity, made to grow.
Late heroics, drama, and Carolina comes out on top. Riley Baisden with the tally will send Carolina to the playoffs, a 1-0 victory over Dallas. And let's take a look. So Dallas had the vast majority of the ball, but it is Carolina, thanks to Riley Baisden, who picks up the 3 points, and back to the postseason they go. And let's head downstairs to the hero of today's match, Riley Baisden. Her 5th goal of the year, and in all likelihood, none have been bigger this season. Riley, thanks for joining us. Congratulations, and take us through that sequence in the 89th minute where you found the ball on your head in front of goal.
Yeah, I think we just talk a lot about, chasing the ball, get back post. We call it the Harry Kane run. And I think we just been practicing it the last 2 seasons. And yeah, I mean, that's the run I do every time. And sometimes it falls to you, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just happy I was there to finish.
And Dallas seemed to really dominate, especially that first half. What adjustments did you guys make at halftime to start getting the momentum and start getting those offensive chances?
Yeah, I think they caused a lot of chaos for us, but I think we just needed to play our game. And as you saw in the second half, we started getting our passes in, moving, getting a little bit more confidence on the ball. And I think once we're confident, we're really good going forward.
Riley,
and our defense played absolutely out of their minds.
Yeah, they really did. There was some desperation back there for sure. This is the 10th 1-goal victory for your club here in this 2025-2026 season. That to you suggests what about your team?
I mean, honestly, I think we just need one to hit the back of the net in order to win. So I think we chalk that up as a win for us. But yeah, I think consistently we are trying to finish more goals during training. And then, I think we're peaking at the right time going into playoffs.
Riley Baisden, the game winner. Congratulations on the victory, Riley. Have a good trip back to North Carolina. Congratulations on another trip to the postseason.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
That is Riley Baisden at Carolina Ascent. Her goal in the 89th minute, the difference. Now the live standings. And you can bet DC Power has seen that, and they are rearing to go against Fort Lauderdale United midweek. Meanwhile, Carolina They're right in the rear view of Lexington now for home pitch advantage.
Well, yeah, and they are still fighting for that as well. Dallas, they had the game in their grasp, unable to score, unable to finish, and now it's going to be a fight to the end.
A whole lot of drama here in this Gainbridge Super League. Full-time numbers, 22 shots for Dallas, 7 on target, and 0 on the scoreline.
2 shots on target for Carolina. They finish 1. That's 50% scoring. That's good statistics.
And the possession is wildly lopsided, 59-41. Carolina didn't have a single corner all match long. So it was a wild one at the Cotton Bowl. Want to thank Emma Watson and all of her production staff. A wonderful job as always. For Christine Huber, I'm Ken Levicka. Carolina into the playoffs. Carolina Ascent 1. Dallas Trinity 0. This has been the Gainbridge Super League on Peacock. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.